Alright, let's talk about Witch Hat Atelier Episode 3. If you'd like to see my reaction to it, you can check it out on Patreon. It will be free to watch for everyone, just become a free member. And maybe stick around and check out my other reactions. Helps me out a lot. But with that said, let's talk about Episode 3. So, with this episode, we got to see the test that a goat wanted to have Coco go through. And it essentially was to collect the diadem herb at the Dada range, which already from what we learned from Kefri at the beginning is that it's very dangerous, especially at this time of year apparently. And so we learned from him. We learned that from him talking to another woman wherever he went to. He went to the Great Hall, I believe that's what it's called. He met a woman there. Her name was Elira, I think. Elira or Elina? No, Elira, I'm pretty sure. And I like her design, but I also like Kefri's design, so it doesn't really matter. But anyways, I'm going off topic. So they go to the Great Hall, and one of the things we learn is that Kefri doesn't like the Great Hall. He despises it, which I don't know why, but fair enough. And we also learn that the whole like that. We also learn. I'm trying to figure out how to word this. We learn that Coco might lead Kefri to what he's looking for, which is the brimmed caps. Know nothing about them, but we did learn about them in the trailer a little bit. We heard them be talked about in the trailer. I don't remember what was said about them, but I do remember that they were talked about in the trailer. And so that happened, and we see a goat be like, no, so we're traveling back to there. So a goat is like, yo, go do this and prove yourself. And so Coco's like, okay, but I haven't been doing this for that long, but okay. And so all she's allowed to take are 3 contraptions and her components. And she takes a vapor bubble, a guiding direction orb thing, and then she asks to borrow some shoes that have like the flying seals on them. And she says yes, and they do that. Well, she does that. She goes over to the Dada range through that little window way thing, and they start. And it's an episode, all right. It has so many ups and downs that make me surprised and shocked based on what happens. We did. I'm not going to focus on everything, but we did get to meet a brush buddy, which was adorable and was sticking with her, Coco, the whole time once they met. And I think the brush buddy is going to become like a recurring character. I hope so. The brush buddy is adorable. And so that happened. And so we got to see. I'm trying to map out how things went in order because I want to try to keep this organized. But I'm not gonna be able to probably, so I'm just gonna go based off what I remember because I just finished the episode, so it's fresh in my mind. And so she tries for a while to get there. She struggles climbing the mountain, and then she finally gets to where these floating balls of land are. I guess they're balls of land. That's probably why they're called a range. And one on top of them is the diadem herb, or at least on one of them. And so she has to try to get up there. She tries using the boots, and she spends probably 5 minutes of the episode, I think, give or take, getting used to using those flying sylph shoes. That's what they're called, sylph shoes. And it goes well, kind of. It's slow going, but the fact that she can even float initially is pretty good if you ask me, because I'm pretty sure that's like the first time she did it. And yet she's able to just suddenly float. Not for long, and not high up, but she's able to float, which is really good, because that proves that she can do it if she practices long enough. And so that happens. And what we also learn is that throughout the whole time that she's doing this, I forgot what I was going to say. I had a thought, it came into my mind, but then it just disappeared. So she manages to start flying. She struggles even then. And eventually that's how she meets the brush buddy, because she gets pretty high up. But the brush buddy unfortunately scares her, and she collapses, falls from a height into water, and like everything gets caked in mud. And it's just unfortunate, man. Just an unfortunate time for her. And so she has to deal with that. She wipes off the mud on her shoes, and unfortunately, it appears she wipes off the casting seal on one of the shoes, which that's so unfortunate, man. And then she considers the idea of drawing it on her feet. and like going up that way. But then she says drawing on the human body is forbidden, which I wasn't aware that it was forbidden to draw it on the human body. I thought it was using it on the human body. But like, I felt like there could have been like an exception or something. But like, anyways, that happened, and you can see my full in-depth thoughts on in the reaction because that reaction's almost 30 minutes long, so you can check it out there. But with that said, we also got to see her utilize her skills that she learned from working with her mother for so long. Rest in peace, mother, because I actually have no idea if she's actually going to ever successfully free her. But she utilizes her skills with drawing, kind of drawing. I think it's drawing, kind of. And she does it on her, on like a cloak of some kind. She makes a makeshift glider, which was dope. But then I also brought up the question of why didn't she just do it on her sleeves? Because hear me out. What if, or gloves even? I don't know if she had gloves on. I don't remember if she had gloves on, but sleeves or gloves, because the casting seals for the flying on the shoes go together. Does it have to be shoes, or could it just be a like anything that you can put together and go up? Because I suggested why not do that on her sleeves? It would work. You could put the sleeves together and go up. But hey, what do I know? I'm just an outsider watching this train wreck. Because it was a train wreck starting out, and it was still a train wreck until finally she got the glider, and she's gliding around, and it's all fun and games, and her struggling for a while, honestly. But it's really fun as well, because she's never been that high before, like of her own volition, and so it was fun to see her like try to not try to, she like felt more free up there because she was smiling, she was trying too, and she did eventually get the diadem herb. Spoiler alert, she did get it. But at some point in the episode, I don't remember exactly when, but at some point, a goat is doing her thing, and then Tetia, I think that's her name, the pink-haired girl, is like, "Yo, where's Coco? It's time to eat." But then a goat's like, "She's at the Da range," and Tetia wasn't happy with that, and a goat genuinely believed that Coco would not succeed. Now, I knew she'd succeed, if only because she's the main character. But my point still stands. A goat didn't expect her to succeed, but she did in the end. Now, that was, and when she came back, because Kefri was prepared, he returned. He was prepared to go and rescue her once he heard, because it was too dangerous, and he was prepared to let her be disqualified to save her. But didn't have to. She had the thing, the diadem herb, and the brush buddy, and she walked through. And a goat, she was I'm actually not sure if she was upset or stunned or something, but she walked away and didn't say a fucking word. And so here's what I'm hoping. I will say, I hope Kefri, or however you pronounce his name, I hope he gives her a scolding of some kind. I hope that he learns that it was her idea to send Coco to there now. Because I do think she should be scolded for that, because Coco could have died. Like, think about it this way. If that water wasn't below them, Coco would have just went splat and just died there trying to get it. She straight up could have died there, and that would have been the end of the show. And it would have been a goat's fault, honestly. So I do hope a goat gets scolded by Kefri. That'd be ideal. But I don't know if she will. And to be fair, she doesn't like people that don't benefit her. Which, to be fair to that, I don't know what her backstory is. She probably has some kind of traumatic backstory, and I'll probably feel bad for her in the future. But until I know what her backstory is, I'm only going to be able to give her a little bit of grace in terms of like forgiveness for how she acts. But I do hope she gets some kind of punishment for what happened. She should. I think Kefri would probably punish her in some way, like send her to a room, or I don't fucking know how you'd punish someone in this world. But I feel like he would punish her if he knew. I hope he finds out, because he should know. That should not be something that goes undiscussed, what she did to Coco. Because again, as I said, if Coco had died, it would have been a goat's fault. She pressured her into going there. She said something about how she passed the test when she was 10 years old. But then in the reaction, I was like, she also probably had more experience back then. She didn't immediately go to the test at the age of 10 just after learning magic. Probably. If she did, my point still stands. She should know better. Because she's supposed to be very smart. She should know better, honestly. But yeah, those are my thoughts on the episode, and I am curious what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Let me know your thoughts are in the comments down below. Check out the Patreon for the full-length version of the reaction. It's over there, and it's free again, because I thought it'd be fun to just make it free so everyone can check it out. Because it's a pretty good reaction, I say. My mic quality it's not great still, but it works. And man, it is hot where I am, bro. It's like 80 or 90 degrees outside. And so I'm trying not to melt. But with that said, I'm going to wrap it up here again. Comments down below. While you're down there, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and ding that notification bell. Discord is down below, so it's Twitter, everything. And yeah, until next time, my name is Mark. Never stop being yourself, stay safer than I. We'll see all you incredible people in the next video.